Hi, I'm Penny Gomez, and welcome to Pop, Penny on Point with profiles on persons of interest. Just want to remind you that it is the award-winning Pop. That's right, we've just earned ourselves, and we're so very grateful for the award handed to us by the Caribbean Broadcasting Union. Okay, so I'm getting you up to speed. This is a show when we allow you into the mix with some of your favorite personalities. We get to know them so much better, and we don't leave you out of the action. That's correct. We let you know, we give you clues online to ask, just take a guess, say who's coming on the show. Those of you who are lucky and guess correctly, there are prizes for you, compliments of our friends at Hadco. So don't go anywhere. We are here in Blue Range at this beautiful house, and we have a lot in store for you in this episode, so stay tuned. I hear a doorbell. Let's go.
Penny.
Hey, it's Rikki Jai, the Jai Master himself. Welcome to Pop.
I hope you don't mind I decided to pop in.
Listen, every time I see you, I feel like you're doing it. You want to break into a little dance there. I hope that you are ready. You want to pop in? No, you might be popping on this show.
I'm ready.
You're ready?
I'm
okay,
ready.
well, let's go. Let's go.
Mangeshkar, give me soca, aha, aha. Only Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca, aha, aha. Tickle me with a love way, soca me till I say. Only Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca, aha, aha.
Samraj Jai Mungal, for those of you who didn't know his proper government name, is here with us on Pop. So glad to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
This gentleman has been all over the world, and he decided to bless us with his presence, while on his few visits, one of his few visits to Trinidad. Thank you.
You're most welcome. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be on this award-winning show.
Award-winning show. From DB Penal.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have been in this thing a long time. He's a veteran. Never mind how he looks. When I say veteran, it just means that he started like when he was 2. Take us back to those beginnings, please.
Well, I'm actually from a little village called Friendship Village.
Friendship Village.
Just about 3 miles out of San Fernando. So where my village is, it's just over the hill is Debe.
I know Friendship Village, right? I'm a South girl,
Right.
Yeah.
So Debe was always something of a fascination for us growing up, because every Sunday, my brother and I, we'd be on our bicycles riding to where those green sheds are to get aloo pie and doubles.
I was there too.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm still one of those making that trek. Yes.
I grew up in what we would call the sugar belt in South. Eugene St. Madeleine factory was like, 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
We grew up hopping train, hopping Tascas, thieving experimental milk bob from the farmers and from the Caroni fields.
Well, thank God he's now walking the straight and narrow, guys, so we'll forgive him for that.
Well, I mean, it was all part of, growing up. In kind of semi-country. It's not too far out of town, but, lots of cane fields, lot of, fruit trees and everything around us. So that was the life.
That was the life indeed.
Yeah. Good life, by the way.
Yeah, so you entered the fray, 1988,
Yes.
and you won.
Well, 1988 is when I released my first song.
When you released your first song, Sumintra. Did you expect it to take off?
Well, Sumintra was actually not the song that I had pinned all my hopes on. Sumintra was actually back in those days, when you put out a record, you had an A side and a B side.
Yes.
So my A side was a song called Getting On, which was written by Alison Ayres. And that's the song that I had put all my thoughts and the energy into. Getting on, down in St. John's are getting on, down in Lions are getting on, Rikki Jai getting on all over the place. And Kenny Phillips said, but we need a song for the B-side.
Yeah.
I said, well, why don't you just put an instrumental like everybody else? He said, let me don't be like everybody else. Let's do something completely different and put another song. So I got that song from Gregory Ballantyne. Um,
Prolific writer.
and we put Sumintra as the B song to the A song, which was Getting On. So I, with all my, I full of energy, and I rush up to Port of Spain, start distributing records to, at the time, 100, Ivor Ferreira, up in by 105 there, Phil Littrell from Lavantil, and
That in years.
I mean, some of the names might be familiar to a lot of people, but these are the stations you have to go to. And I'm making sure and telling them, A side is the song, A side is the song. And to my surprise, going down the road, Ian Elegon got the record. He was on the drive time. And Ian Elegon flipped the record over and played Sumintra. And with that one playing, nobody bothered to play Getting On
The
again.
East Side.
It never
That
got
was it, all over.
It never got a single play after that.
Why do you think it was? Was it because you were obviously infusing the soca into it? Was it that? Was it just that it was sounded totally different from perhaps?
A couple of
Skull?
things. I mean, I was a young East Indian Calypsonian coming into Port of Spain. The sound was a little bit different. Kenny Phillips was now, experimenting with new songs in South. The year before that, he had Drupati, and the year before that, he had Iowa George. So I was the third of his hits coming out of the KMP Music Factory.
And of course, it didn't stop there because you went on with, the Pumpin', Bolo, Show Me Your Emotion, and all of those resonated very strongly with the public.
Yes. Wine on a Bumsy.
Wine on a Bumsy, well, that was a big hit. Big hit. Did it ever keep surprising? Did you ever pinch yourself and say, I can't believe this is happening year after year, and I'm just keeping people's attention?
I have to admit, it was a little bit overwhelming in the first year. Getting all the attention and becoming like a household name, because I went to a guy named Tex Surajdeen, who was the owner of Tex Print in Barataria, to print my the jackets for my record. And his son came out and said, "Who's this guy? Where you come here for? He's a singer? I don't know him. Let me hear your song." He's really gruffy kind of guy. If you know me back then, I was always dressed very conservatively.
Yes.
So I'm sitting there very quietly with my headphones, and I handed it to him. And he listened to it and he said, "But this is a damn good song. You doing a video for this?"
Oh, right.
I said, "Well, sir, I don't have any money for a video. The money I pay in your father, this is the last set of money I have to pay for this. So I don't have any money." He said, "Don't worry about the money." He called up Vishnu Balrup and he called up Barry McComey. And the three of them got together and did a video for me for free. I didn't even have any clothes. I'll be honest with you. Like, they said, "Bring some outfits." Poor me now, I go on home, I going through my cupboard. I just I went to New York and I had some stuff I buy and I bring it down. And I said, "Well, this is what I have." So there's, when you look on the first video of Sumintra, you'll see a yellow cornbird shirt and a green pants.
Yes.
Which I thought at the time was
hip.
yeah. And yeah, that was it. But back then, I'm broke and just trying to make it.
And when you look back at that time and when you think about it, because now it's 9 titles, 9 wins of Chutney Soca under your belt.
Yes.
And I think we could safely say he's not broke. He has outfits. He has shoes that match different tops. When you look back at that time, what are your thoughts? Did you think if you had a different beginning, it could have been different? Or the fact that you came from those humble beginnings and people trusted in what you have and believed in you, that journey was best for you?
I think I have to thank my mother and father for who I am, instilling the values, of doing things a certain way and living life a certain way. Dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Please, thank you, good morning, good afternoon. Growing up in a village that fostered us the way they fostered us, everybody was somebody's parent, everybody was somebody's uncle. And all of these things combined with, Kenny Phillips music and GB and Allison. I think there's so many things that came together at the same time for this thing to happen. Honestly, I didn't know it was going to turn out this way. And I'll tell you something, I went to the bank to get a loan. I sold my Gallant motor vehicle, a Mitsubishi.
Gallant, yes.
Right? So I went all in with this production, which ran me close to $25,000 at that time in
Plenty money.
1988. I didn't have that money.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the bank, I think it was CIBC at the time, and I asked to speak to the loans manager. And her name was Deborah Razak, and Deborah later became my life insurance agent. But Deborah refused to give me the loan. Although I had a good government job, I was working in the Ministry of Finance for a whole $900 a month.
A whole 900.
A whole 900.
And no loan.
And she didn't want to give me a loan for $10,000. And I saying, listen, I could pay this thing. And she turned me down. And, watching TV, sometimes you get ideas of how to deal with situations. And I said, you mind if I speak to your supervisor? She said, why you want to speak to my supervisor? I said, I am entitled to speak to your supervisor. I would like to speak to your supervisor. And supervisor came out. Lovely lady named Joan Ali.
I love the fact you can remember all these names. I'm barely remembering what happened yesterday. Go on.
Joan Ali happened to be a music lover that used to follow a band that I used to sing with, which was JMC Trevini. Back in the day, we were countryside or country best Trevini. So she and her husband, they used to follow Trevini wherever we playing in weddings and parties, shows. They would be there all the time. So she knew who I was, although I didn't know who she was. And she came out and she said, hey, how are you? What you doing here? And I said, well, I'm here for a loan. And she said to Deborah, give me the file. She took the file and she said, come back Monday. And Monday when I went back, there was a loan for $10,000.
And you know what? That is probably one of the best investments they ever made into your career, because here you are today you multiply that, all around. So,
Yes.
Rikki, this is just the beginning. We have more for you. You know when you sign up to come and pop,
Yes.
that's how we do it. So I hope your heart is good,
Of course.
because we do have a surprise waiting for you right after this break. We're back from break, and Rikki, I told you there was a surprise waiting for you.
I love surprises.
We like people like you on the show. We really do. But you know what? We thought, who do we pair you with? We are going to one of the masters for you. Nothing but, the creme de la creme to pair with you.
Okay.
Rikki, here's your surprise. Welcome to... Welcome to Papa's Mungal Patasar. Oh, my word.
How you going, bro?
Oh, two giants.
Good, good.
Welcome, Mungal. Have a seat.
Sure.
Now see when you said master.
I said master. Did I not tell you? We can put it to you again.
You had said Yoda. I would
If I
have known
said
exactly.
Udo, you would have known. You would have known. That's why I had to say master.
Cater
Tricky.
for short people like me, I need a backrest.
Mungal Patasar, welcome to Pop. It is such an honor to have you on the show.
It's my pleasure to be here,
Yes, I mean this is the man,
especially meeting my friend here.
Oh, when last did you see him?
I've been seeing you, but not face to face.
Yes. We haven't seen each other for quite a while.
Yeah, we have been.
Like years?
What happened? He is in a different genre, and I'm in a different
Yes,
genre.
correct. Yes.
So you find that I will go probably and And he will be on stage, I will be outside the stage, so we won't meet.
Oh, you might be looking at him and he might be looking at you.
Right. Either way, I doubt he'll be looking at me because I haven't been out for a long time. I just started back
Yes.
from Independence Night.
Yes.
Now we did about 5 shows.
Right.
That's it. That's my debut after 4 years.
After 4 years. And of course, you know, we were all sort of under a rock for a while there.
I didn't waste the time though. I spent my time studying again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Mungal, you do like to study. Did you know this man went to India to get his master's in, you know, in music? Indian classical music. Really? He took his family, he uprooted them and took them over there.
I nearly took them to Northern Illinois too because I got the opportunity to do my doctorate there.
Yes.
But they weren't paying enough for me to maintain my family.
Yes.
But well, luckily I didn't do that because that's when I got the opportunity to form the band.
Pantar.
Pantar.
Yes.
Mungal Patasar Pantar.
Pantar, yes.
Pan for steel pan, tar for sitar.
The sitar, yes.
So that did so well that, I mean, we've been all over the world. And I must say that I've been places that very few Trinidadians have
It's
been.
true. Do you know that for 8 years, when he took an interest in the sitar, he decided to practice by himself for 8 years before he even went public?
Wow.
8 years, that is dedication.
Yeah.
And you were still a teacher at that time, a primary school teacher.
Well, I was a primary school teacher for a while, and then I went into public service.
Interestingly enough, your wife was also a teacher. So I want to find out, when you won the People Walk, was it that you were looking at Roshni when you all should have been teaching because she's also a teacher? What's the story?
The story is that we were both clerks at the post office. Our first appointment at the age of 18 and 19.
Oh, this is years
that's first
of
year,
a marriage. Yeah.
Well,
Love at first sight.
56 years now.
Ooh, woo. I want to ask you, gentlemen, because you started with classical. Obviously, now you are now Indo calypso jazz almost, and of course, you are now chutney soca primarily. Is there an appreciation for both styles, or does one, particular aspect do you think is accepted where they're both revered?
Well, I would say that I started my career with calypso.
Yes, you did.
For many years, that was my goal, to not be the traditional East Indian artist. So I did not want to be Sundar Popo. I did not want to be singing the songs of Kishore Kumar. I didn't want to be covering Bollywood songs. That wasn't my intention. As he said, he fills a gap and has a niche. And I wanted to do the same thing because I noticed that there was not a lot of Indo-Trinbagonians doing calypso, with the exception of the Mighty Indian, Hindu Prince, and Raja, who migrated. I did my homework in that respect. There is a great love for chutney soca music. There's a great love for what I do, and it has moved from Trinidad into the diaspora. It's a very huge demand for chutney soca music in Guyana, in Suriname. I've just recently seen Ravi B in England. I myself did like a 7-week tour with the BBC back in '94 with Suresh Rambaran, myself, Drupati, Gayatones. The BBC did a whole series on chutney music, and they took us out to Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham, Ipswich. You name it, we were out there doing it. So in terms of appreciation for chutney and chutney soca music, yes, it's out there. New York, Toronto, very, very big audience.
Like Rikki Jai, I came from the same background as Rikki Jai.
Yes, I know.
My father was a tan singer, what you call classical singer. My mother used to sing and play the dholak. So that was ingrained in me. But I also went to a college where I did music under Major Dennison. So you see, I had an exposure now to Western classical music and military music.
Yes.
So I played the clarinet in the school band at the age of 16. So I learned Western music to a certain extent. But that was not enough for me. I needed more. So on my own, with the little knowledge of reading and playing, I learned to play the mandolin. And with the mandolin, I started to play with Dili Nadan, and I ended up with National Indian Orchestra. And then from there, then I still wanted more because there was an experience that I had when I was 16. My brother brought home a recording of Pandit Ravi Shankar. And when I heard that, I couldn't move from where I was sitting.
Well, that was your inspiration for many years.
That was the muse
Yes.
that made me realize that that's the instrument I want to play. But it was only 10 years later, and when I was 26, that I was able to afford a sitar. And a bent one too. Well, I had to make, once it was bent, it was hard to play.
Yeah.
Boy, I started to practice that thing on my own because I had formal knowledge of music. I went to Professor Adesh. I took a few classes on how to tune the instrument, whatnot and whatnot. But I found that that was too slow for me. So I went on my own and I started listening to Ravi Shankar and playing, trying to play back what he played. And that went on until in 1983, Hans Hanuman Singh called me and he said, I have something for you. So what's that? He can have a ticket for you to go to India.
Yeah.
Wow.
And his life changed after that. Now, gentlemen, I have to tell you, I think we need more than an hour to do this show, both of you. It is obvious. But there is my director saying, Penny, you know what? Yeah, we need to move on. But it's just so engaging. I'm really drawn to both your stories.
Let me just quickly summarize the last part of that I need to go to. In the process, I have played in some, after Pantara's form, the most prestigious festivals in the world.
Yeah.
We did over 200 performances in Europe.
Wow.
And it non-stop. It was going. When in a year time, we traveled 15 times, at least. The last one, I was too tired, I couldn't move. So that was in 2007.
Yes.
2008, I took up a job at UTT as the advisor to the...
And for those of you who don't know, he was actually at one time the director of culture in the Ministry of Culture. So, gentlemen, both very accomplished. But now we're going to take a little light moment because obviously with all those shows that you all have done on stage, I know you like to turn out, as the people say, in terms of your fashion and what you're wearing, and it's very thought. You know, you put a lot of thought into it. So we have a segment here on Pop that we call Pop or Flop. And we thought we would do, you know, particular stage performances and you tell us whether you think it's a pop or whether it's a flop.
Right.
You ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, let's load it up and get your take on it. Pop or flop?
Pop.
Yeah.
You know, Rikki, this has your name written
That's
all
me.
over it. That's you, that's you. Mungal, not so much, but yes,
When did you take
let's
a picture
go.
of me?
Yeah. Flop.
Flop for you, Mungal. Oh, this, and I kind of like this.
I like it. It's popping.
Yeah, okay.
I hate those jackets.
Okay, okay, so flop for you, pop for you, Rikki. Next one.
Yeah.
Rikki, I feel, you know, because you don't wear the traditional.
That popping.
That popping, you
I
see?
like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, Mungal, would wear this?
I wouldn't wear it. But
That's a flop.
That's popping.
Yeah.
Okay.
That flop.
This is a flop.
Major.
Okay, major flop. Okay. What about this?
Wouldn't see me in that flop.
Mungal, you can't. But don't you, Mungal? Flop for you too?
I wouldn't wear. I would wear the same thing, but without that styling.
Oh.
That looked like the front of somebody's dress.
Yeah. Like a sari. Yeah.
You're a tough crowd. What about this?
Yeah.
That popping.
That's good for me.
Mungal, you know, this is your style.
Yeah,
that's your
that's me,
style.
that's me.
Yeah. With a t-shirt though, or with something
Yeah.
else.
Would t-shirt is all right at home, and
I was not going to say I could see myself relaxing home in that.
that's what I wear at home.
That popping.
Yes. Okay, let's move on.
Well, I know what I want.
Rikki, come on, Rikki. No?
I think I can't
Remember
afford
early in the interview, I told you I was a very conservative guy.
That was years ago.
I can't afford that one.
Okay. Let's
for
move
me.
on.
I pop for me.
That's a pop for you.
Without doubt.
Popping.
Without doubt.
Without doubt. What about this?
Oh yeah, I would wear that.
Yeah,
You
I
would?
I would wear that.
Okay, what about you,
Smash it.
Mungal?
I normally do.
Okay.
That's the kind of way.
That's the kind of way. Okay, moving on.
And not me.
Maybe if Prince was alive.
Mungal, no to the headpiece even.
It does have a kind of Prince.
That's what
Has
I
a Prince finish.
I don't like the headpiece.
Yeah.
I think it's very feminine.
Okay, so gentlemen, you have done very well. This is just the beginning of the show, you know. Anyway, guys, come back because we are here with Mungal Patasar and Rikki Jai on Pop. See you after the break.
loved ones together and make this a Christmas like no other. Share the joy with Angostura.
We're back on Pop, guys, and in one of my favorite segments on the show, the pot to plate. This is the challenge. To my left, Rikki Jai, who are here, can only make coffee. To my right, this is Mungal, who I hear is a whiz in the kitchen. In other words, his wife turns down the pot and he takes control. But can he handle the pop challenge today? Well, this is a challenge, guys. Before you, tomatoes.
All right.
Melangen, bygone in this instance.
Right.
And we want you to do a good roast bygone for us or a roast tomato, whichever one you decide to do.
Oh,
And it has to go with either the pita bread or with crackers. And here are your ingredients. The stove is before you. The secret ingredient, and they're not so easy. Even though for you it's probably like a mountain to climb at
Hold
this
on,
point.
let me call my wife. Because
Okay, get started.
Right, okay, well, that's a wrong burner. So let's get started with the right burner. And there's a secret ingredient, Mungal.
Mm-hmm.
You must use one of the Angostura bitters. You either have to use the Angostura, the orange, or you have to use the classic.
Or the classical.
Or the classic.
Classical.
I think we should
Have
go with
to.
classic manga.
Well, no. This is a challenge because, there's a trophy. You see this trophy across here? That's what's at stake.
Listen,
Why are you trying to encourage
Mungal is
Mungal?
my senior. I cannot do anything that would hurt.
This
him in
is
any
a
way.
challenge, and
Listen.
Mungal, are you helping him?
Listen,
They're taking his brotherhood thing too far.
just turn it.
Don't worry. I'll see what I'm gonna do this. All right.
Mungal is a trophy at
Mungal,
stake.
you're on your own. Do
Yeah,
your
yeah.
own. I go make.
Rikki,
No, but
I-
you see, the better thing, listen, the better thing in brotherhood
Yes.
is that we're going to combine these two things together.
Right.
And we're going to create a dish called bharta.
Yes. Let me get my chimchar.
You know what? Disregard me. It's only a challenge. There's only a trophy at stake. What do I know?
Listen, I might know the cook, but I know to turn the
The
tomatoes.
thing is, I don't want to compete with my brother, so we're going to join it together.
Oh my, we'll be just throwing the pop challenge out the window. Very well. Let's see if you can do justice to the taste. There's a taste test that I will do after. Do not forget the secret ingredient, please, guys.
Something in among
The salt.
What is the thing to mash it up? What it called? What is it
I
called?
fork will do.
Rikki, what the thing to mash it up? What is
You're
it called?
absolutely wrong in
What's
there,
it called?
A fork will
If
do.
I get a tongue in there.
I'm mashapa.
Oh, Lord.
But you're doing a good job of turning. I'm going to leave you all, chat throughout it, please. Let's hear what's happening. Actually, let me get some information from Mungal since he's a pro and he can multitask here.
Okay, I need 2 grains of garlic. You should have that.
He's suddenly turned me into his sous chef. Mungal, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing here. There is garlic already shredded. Will that work for you, sir?
Let me see what you have. How shredded is it? Well, I will make it do.
We did not live up to Mungal's standards.
That's all right.
So Mungal is here. Mungal really does know what he's doing, guys. He really does know. Meanwhile, can you watch the tomatoes, please?
All right. I trying to learn how to cook here. I already confess. Questions of a non-cooker. Mungal, show me how it is done. Boy.
Oh, my word. Rikki, you're ashamed. Rikki, you're ashamed.
You see, you have to learn from the master.
You have to learn from the master.
Yes.
You just sort of clip it at the top. Don't ask me to do it.
I am a master, but not at roasting tomatoes.
Yeah, you're good at eating roasted tomatoes.
You know,
like me.
one of the great philosophers, Plato, used to always say that once you master one art, you can master all.
You are such a teacher, I have to tell you. You are just phenomenal where that is concerned.
Let me tell you, the race is
Gentlemen,
not
now
for
that we're in the
swift.
kitchen, I want to address something.
Yes.
Mungal, how do you feel? And Rikki, you tell me because I don't know if your songs are changing course. There was a whole plethora of songs about the rum.
Right.
And it still continues. How do you all feel about that, gentlemen? Being frank.
Are we talking chutney or
Are we
soup?
talking chutney?
You're talking chutney.
Or why don't we talk about both?
Well, we talk about both.
I think there's a infusion of rum in everything. You know, there's rum in carnival, there's rum in soca. I mean, in the last couple of years, a lot of these soca artists have been singing about rum and nobody's really noticing it, but I noticed it. So when they bring up rum and chutney, I tend to wonder why. Because there's so much rum songs. I don't have enough fingers to tell you about rum in soca. So, I mean, rum is relative. Rum is a world issue. I mean, people have fought wars for rum. Economies have been based on rum, and Angostura is rum.
Angostura is rum, and Angostura is
and I'm the man who's saying white oak and water.
Well, hey, we might be having some white oak and water, white oak and chill to go with this.
Yeah, but rum. I love rum.
Yeah. So, okay, so this bygone is almost finished, except for,
Yeah,
when we put in the onion and thing.
Yeah, that's good now, just now. But what I need is, we have oil?
We have oil right in front of
Good,
you here,
good.
Mungal.
And I need that frying pan that he using.
Oh, frying
So
pan.
what-
right.
I think I had the right texture, you know.
I think so. Yeah.
Right, so we'll turn off that stove there.
We just need to rinse this frying pan.
Okay, I think we may have a,
Or another one if you have.
yeah.
Oh, you could use it, man.
Move it out from the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move that from the heat, move it off
But
from
the
the heat.
but the sappy.
What's the sappy?
A pot holder.
Oh, okay.
You think I
just
know nothing
learned
about
something.
it?
Eh,
I
taught
teach
you
you something
something
today.
here.
Let's
Right.
get the oil now.
Nice.
Let's get the oil. And look, you have pot spoons over there.
Don't throw too much oil, eh? Right.
Right, I know.
Mr. Who can't cook what you know about too much oil or not, but you're not easy.
I hope you have it's coconut oil you using. Yeah.
So the pot seems kind of ready there, Mungal. And
When you see the pot going,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
and
Where's the garlic?
the garlic, the shredded garlic
so
that
that
you took
main
across there.
ingredient.
Throw it in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Main ingredient.
Nice.
But not to turn it with the spatula, though we have
I
pot
got
spoons
it.
across there. Right.
Like saltfish, boy. Yeah.
So,
Let's keep it there for now.
right.
Remember, I have high blood pressure. I can't take too much.
Because I find like you open it so like if he was almost going to try and blend it, right? All right.
Nice. That's what we talking about. Yeah. Right. I'm still like the sappy, yeah? One my hand, you know?
You need a kerchief or something.
The sappy.
Yes, no.
Sappy.
Sappy.
Look on here. boy.
Sappy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the cloth, right.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sappy. All right?
Hey, you've taught me something new. I didn't know about that before.
Yeah.
I can't wait to test this.
Oh, you will love it, I think.
So, we will let this.
I think you will just
Hey,
love
Chef
it.
Jason, don't try this, eh?
So pimento going in or not?
Yeah. That's last.
That's the last thing.
The pimento, it dies off if you cook it.
Oh, so you have to do a sort of...
taste-
and
the taste
and what
dies
about the...
All those things will go last.
Oh, I'm going last.
Yeah.
Mungal, I have to say, like, you know what you're doing for real, you know? I think
Yeah, you
Mrs.
mean up to
Patasar
now?
locked out with you.
Up to now, you don't believe it?
I'm not going to say
Mrs.
after all of
Patasar.
this, should I believe you?
Remember that?
Watch your salt.
Watch your salt. I think Mrs. Patasar did well. Yeah, pimento coming in now, guys. And Mungal doing it with flair and
My
thing
wife
to it.
love you, boy. Me and she always have this argument. The amount of pimento she put in the food.
I
Yeah.
love pimento too bad.
Yeah, me too.
And whatever green, any green thing.
Anything green.
Yeah.
Okay.
A drink?
Did I mention something about a secret ingredient earlier?
Oh, yes. Bring it one
I
time.
know something to drink. Yes, bitters.
You-
Yeah, well,
Don't
let me,
say I
let me
never
be
do anything
adventurous
for you.
now.
Listen now.
Let me be adventurous. Let me try the orange.
No, that's going to change the taste. I'll tell you what. Bitters, learn one thing about Angostura bitters.
Yes.
It will fit in anything you're doing.
Right.
But you see, the orange thing now will change the taste of the bacon and tomato.
Now, this man can cook listening to him. So, the original is what we're going with.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Bitters to taste,
Yeah.
as they say. This looks good. So, are we plating now?
Yes, please. Not a problem. I don't want anybody to burn them out.
Right.
Okay, and you can put it right here. That's number one.
I go do my own one.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah,
You'll put less than yours.
All right. So guys,
Yeah.
here comes surprise number 3.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel that I should taste this.
I want you to.
I thought I'm going to
I
taste
know
it
who
as
coming.
well.
I know who coming.
You
I know who coming.
I just feel as
know who
if
coming.
I
Don't
should
tell me, don't tell
also
me.
get someone who probably knows how to make this thing just as good to
Right.
taste it.
Watch me.
So,
Who coming?
let me introduce to Pop. Let me introduce to Pop the one and only Hitman. Hey! Hey! Where's Mr. Shankar?
Yeah, but
You-
so you going to taste it.
Oh,
Being a gentleman that I am, I must bring something for you.
Man, outshine me.
Looking
here,
at your
boy.
program, I
Yeah, Monglan come with-
didn't know he was
Monglan
coming.
come
Ricky,
with
I didn't know. I didn't
We
know.
only come with we
We
talent.
come with belly in we hand.
I just want to say,
He come to
of
eat.
all the guests I've had so far, hey,
Thank you very much.
Mwah.
Thanks for
And,
having
and
me.
I'm wearing pink, dusty pink
All
and
right.
pink. What are the odds? Thank you. Welcome to
you know,
Pop.
Let me show you how we do this thing.
Lovely.
I want to show you how we do this thing. Camera, be on standby.
Hitman's supposed to eat it.
No,
I
go
know,
ahead.
I
Hey.
know, no.
As he
Ah.
Ustad. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hi,
gosh.
sub.
You know, I
is how we
find,
do it.
no, I want to say
Shabash.
something here, guys.
No.
Yeah, bring no flower for me, right?
Yes.
Hitman bring rose.
Yes.
And on top of that, you're dissing me by feeding it. Man, you even give me a little feeding.
No, I'm not
first.
going to do that. That you are the host. The next person gets to the host.
And if you notice how much
Hostess, sorry.
doing like the real traditional style,
Yeah.
He's doing it like the real traditional
What
style.
you doing there? What you
That's the
call
way
that?
they
Boring.
it's called boree.
Boring. I'm ready to
I hope it's
boring.
not too hot for your mouth.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Well, I'm going to feed my little brother now.
Oh my God. Hey, but I wrote you.
This is some
I
good.
wrote cutting good with the tomatoes.
This
boy.
is good.
I'm gonna look for that in the grocery.
This is good.
Nice.
Yeah, I give it.
Open your mouth big now, boy. Right.
Penny, I feel you should feed he now. Only Ricky do it.
I feel Ricky feed
I-
Mungal.
I know, you know, but
Boring.
I outdo myself with this joker today.
She did boree.
Boring. You are supposed to feed him now.
All right, Ricky. Yeah.
You give the size too, right?
Nice.
You see how it have a
Boree.
special, it have a special way to fold it. You see
I
how
was
Oh.
looking at your finger.
yeah.
Boring.
Nice.
Hey, guys, this is how we do it here on Pop. You know what I mean? There is a saying, guys. You know, when it comes to breaking bread and communion and sharing with each other, you break bread with people that you really like.
Yeah.
And you eat a meal with people that you really like. So I am in good
Well,
company and I'm happy to be
I
together
want to
with
give
you.
everybody a little taste, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that during the break. But right now, we have a trophy to award. And I think I'm going to leave it up to the Pop team, guys. Have they earned this? Yeah or nay from behind the cameras? Everyone gave them thumbs up. So this is going to be a shared trophy.
That type of third place.
Hey, Ricky have enough, you know. Ricky have enough trophy. That time he don't
Yeah,
need
9, eh? 9.
And
But
some
you
big
know-
ones too.
But this doesn't often happen on Pop. We have never had guests who challenge each other and decide to collaborate as a team because of the brotherhood, because of the, the union.
On
So,
behalf of myself and Hitman,
Yeah.
we want to give it to Mungal.
Yeah. For
Well, I'll tell you what.
too much
I'll tell you-
love, too much love in the
I'll tell you what.
house.
No,
yeah,
you give it to
for
me.
real.
Yeah, we want to give it to Mungal.
Right.
Right.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present this to my two younger brothers.
Oh, listen, it's too much. It's too much. It's too
Thank you very
much.
much. Thank you very
It's
much.
love and Pop, guys.
Ricky, you want to get trophies? You want to get married?
Guys, love and pop, love and pop. I got flour, I got fed. And it's not even the Valentine's show. We are just happy to have all you men. I feel so special in this episode. Much more coming your way on Pop. Stay tuned. Should we eat during the break? Let me go to commercial.
That's so good.
Yeah.
It's a man like my biscuit. You know?
Yeah, okay.
My
Well,
biscuit
biscuits.
looking- I mean,
Biscuits.
crackers,
Okay.
I like my crackers with the
Pep
biscuit.
it up, pep it up.
I don't like too much of roti. You know?
Hey, listen, Mr. Shankar. Listen, Mr. Shankar, you say you're nice a drunkard. You don't want me to marry your daughter. But you're doing me a favor, cause I want your daughter. She too damn ugly anyway. More for me, more for me, more for me, more for me. Hey.
Guys, guys, we are back from break and we have been having so much fun. Thank you for joining us on Pop today. Did I? Yeah, let me say that again. Thank you.
Well, this one had a relationship with me because since he was a little child, he learned music with me.
Oh, really?
And that one has been my peer, more or less, because he has always been different.
Right. Okay.
So that's,
You see, you notice about him when I come, right?
I did see that. Now, Hitman, we know you as Hitman, but that is not, of course, that's just a pen name. So, Neeshan Prabhoo. I've just learned the correct way to pronounce his name.
Prabhoo.
Neeshan Prabhoo. Neeshan Prabhoo.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
The prize is short. Prabhoo.
Prabhoo.
Yeah.
I think I got it.
I think I learned it after so much.
I think I'm gonna. Let me tell you what I think. I'm sticking to Hitman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hitman.
I don't think his mother will be very pleased about that.
No, that's
She like the Prabhu name to be called.
I'll go with Neeshan. How's that? Let's compromise, Neeshan.
Penny got pass.
Thank you so very much. Neeshan, you're doing big things. You had a hit song there that everybody loved. You certainly did. A few. You're right, a few. And you are still continuing because you have a new song out with Chris Garcia.
Yeah, for real. And that only released like yesterday or the day before or something like that.
This is the season's offering for Carnival next year, or just you felt to do one?
You know what? The Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah.
So we in Trini, this party really right through. So this will roll into the Christmas, roll into Carnival, and roll into the rest of the year. And by the grace of the gods, it's there for the people to listen forever as long as they want to have a good time. So that's what that song is. And that song, I'm looking forward to going on stage with that, yeah.
Now, you are big on collaborations. I think probably of all the chutney artists, correct me if I'm wrong, you have probably done the most collaborations.
I know a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know what, Penny? Last year, make it 25 years since my first hit song.
Nah.
Back, yeah.
You...
Yeah.
25 years in the business?
She balling, don't hold me back, don't hold me back, yeah. And I was 17, 18 when I recorded that. Yeah, and I didn't do no video for it, so I did a video to commemorate that 25 years.
Well, congratulations on that milestone. That is a big milestone. You know what? I could be wrong, but I feel a collaboration here with these three.
Yeah.
I could see it. I don't know if anybody else could see it, but
we have the musical genius.
We have the musical genius here.
Rikki Jai, right?
And Rikki.
You can do it.
Hey, of course.
You're striking a fire here, you know.
Oh, hey.
I hear it, right?
That's what we do here in Pop.
I just want to say, I think that's a pop idea.
A pop, yeah.
They're cool guys. They are really cool. Hitman.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me a little bit about this song now before we go on to other things.
You mean
the one with Chris?
Oh my God. That, you know what? Chris is I think Trinidad and Tobago and the rest of the world where chutney and soca music known, right? When Chris came in the scene back in '96, right? He took chutney music to a different level, and I always was an admirer of Chris, right?
And Chris has been on the show, by the way.
I saw it, yeah. And I didn't tell him anything. I would surprise him. Yeah. So that's my brother, Chris. So and that's before Don't Hold Me Back, right? And admirer of Chris, and being in a musical family, my mom and them singing, and as Ustad say here is that it's true. We grew up on it. Listening Chris now, become closer to Chris over the years when I started getting to the business, because after Don't Hold Me Back, that introduced me to this chutney music, and with a hit, then I get to travel with them. Get to travel with Chris, right? And then Shankar came out, give me a next opportunity to run with them to go with the soca artists. So over the years, we've become good friends, and we always talking about something. And you know what? A fan of Chris Garcia, or any artist. If I listen to Rikki, we know Rikki. You understand? If we listen Mamu, here, and he play. I could tell you he's guitar player.
Is Mamu is a nickname for him?
That's a big
respect.
Out of respect, right?
Okay.
But we call him Ustad. You could just, Ustad is one of the highest form you could give a musician or somebody in his field. Yeah, respect. So yeah, Chris in a nutshell, and we became good friends. Up to now, we are real close. Always budging him. Hey, we gotta do something. And being a fan of him, right, and a good friend, I came up with that idea and of the song. Chris went into the studio, write nothing. I just said, this is what we're gonna do. We went back. Oh, I must mention the studio we went to is Maha Studios in Central, right? State of the line. He updated so much that
He was.
we get here was the best thing about Maha now. Maha recently upgraded that studio to international levels, and that song was done in that studio.
Okay,
latest.
fantastic.
So Chris went in, being a writer who he is, come up with some of the stuff, and that my input with myself and the music was totally Maha. That is Rishi Maha too, right? And
Yes,
as I said, when we did the song, it was with Chris in mind too. So when
But it's just been released.
yeah, it's just been
And the
released.
name?
Now making Whining Party, of course.
Whining Party.
Are you making me feel the movement stop, right? But yeah, as I say it, I just want to go.
No, sing it.
Wait, well, should we get a little line? Because
Yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with you, Mungal. We have to get a line.
Alright, liming in a whining party. There I meet this sweet, sweet larky. She wants to wine on me. Mr. DJ, drop the music in the whining party. Let me see them girls, them come out, boy, and rock their body. And then Chris coming with the crazy.
But it's crazy.
Chris, if
you're
boys,
watching.
if boys, you can't run from it. And when you come down, boy. You get the Chris Garcia we all love in that
Yeah.
song. That's the best I could tell you.
No,
get
and we
Chris
got the
Garcia.
Hitman that we all love in that
Oh,
song.
well, when you look at the performance, you know he could dance, he could
Oh, yeah,
entertain.
we know.
And the man, all right, so you know what's going on inside, We're going to do it. So I got to tell him on camera here. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much, Maha. And it's a blessing getting to work with these two geniuses.
Yeah.
Seriously. And Whining Party, it now started hit the airwaves. It's on YouTube. They go on YouTube on John from Queens. They go on West Indians Chutney. It's now getting out. Then we're going to, well, right now we're doing the Chutney Soca radio stations and them. So we're going to be by Iowa just now. Iowa, look for me. Yeah. You know, I don't want to go too far with, as we mention Iowa, right? You know, Iowa and his brother Devon, they were responsible for me when I came out with Shankar to be on that Soca Monarch stage, you know.
Okay, well,
Hats off to him.
hats off to him.
And Chris Garcia, big up.
Okay.
And thank you, Chris.
So would it be fair to say that what people, you know, who are your inspirations besides Mungal, besides Mamu?
Well, of course, Rikki.
Rikki.
You can't run from Rikki because Rikki been there and
9
same-
titles, eh?
Same way.
9.
Same way around all the times as we young kids coming up, Rikki been there, so and he's sitting right here. So how could I not acknowledge him for his contribution, right? And yes, the soca world, as I just mentioned, I want them. I had when I now came out, mashing up the chutney world with Don't Hold Me Back, and then when Shankar come out, I had the opportunity after the Soca Monarch to do the circuit in Trinidad with Shankar, and then I started to perform with the soca artists on them. And I had to open for Bungie plenty times. So Bungie Garland was one of my inspirations. And Iowa, when Bungie done sing, and I talking about Brooklyn and England and all up the Caribbean, them I did with them, you know. So
Good for you.
and I was blessed to be there, and I was so
Yes.
happy to learn from them. So when Bungie ran out and destroyed the place, here Iowa. All right, so you see what Bungie do? I say, yeah, you see, right. Run out and I want you to just do the same thing. I say the same thing. You see what Bungie just do that? But Shankar was so loved.
It was
For me,
loved,
time you're going about, hey, listen, Mr. Shankar. Well, I just get that.
So you had mentors to look up to and people to aspire, you know, in terms
Plenty
of their,
people.
but what about you now, Rikki, and you, Mungal, because you are sort of like a pioneer in your field.
Yeah,
So
I am.
Okay, well, we know who, because you had to go to India.
Yeah.
We know where that's going.
Yeah.
So,
No, let Rikki talk because I mean I will see how when you leave a little space to me.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
just remember the show is only an hour long, guys.
when
1 hour.
when I walked in today, you might have heard me whistling a tune.
As you whistle every other
I'm always
sentence you were whistling.
I was whistling.
You like to whistle?
And I was actually whistling a David Rhoda tune. Right? So when you ask me who I looked up to when I started off, off the bat, David Rhoda, I just loved everything about this guy, his charisma. I love the way he came out and won these titles. I say if I have to be successful in the business at that time when I came in, right? That was 1986. David Rhoda came out and win Bahia Gale the Hammer, win Calypso Monarch, Road March.
You won everything that
Young
year.
King.
Everything.
Right? Those
Like
were the
mash
titles
up.
available at the time. So for me now starting off, I want to sing like Baron. Right? I actually take that. You hear it in a lot of my songs.
I do.
I take that from Baron. Because I was in love with the sweetness of his voice. And when I now started singing bands, I think I would cover all of Baron's songs, all of David Rhoda, Kitchener, Rasho T.I., and the Mighty Sparrow. Those were the people that You know, I looked at Sparrow because I want that bravado on stage. I want that confidence, that wicked smile that he have when he come on his stage, and the way he mesmerizes people. There's nobody like Sparrow. Baron voice, pure, sweet. You could stand up and listen to this man for days, you know. Rashoti, because, you know, he from Lengua, and he was doing something with Calypso and the East Indian music. So, you know, I grew up listening to Indrani and Om Shanti Om. And, you know, one of my favorite lines when people ask me how I'm still in the business, I say, change the essence of carnival to a groovy bacchanal. That's a line from one of Rashoti song. I use that all the time because that's a song that still is so relevant in this time, that change is always taking place, you know?
Yes.
And of course, well, the King of Road March. I ain't win my Road March title yet, but Kitchen.
It coming.
I just love to see when that man foot start to go out.
Yes.
So when people ask me, you know, I remember I wasn't doing chutney music or Indian music from 1988 until 1996 when George Singh called me up and says, you're having a chutney soca competition if I compete. I say, well, I don't have no chutney song.
Yeah, no chutney song, but let me tell you, 9 titles later, he had many. Now, because the show is only an hour long, I have to go to Mungal, guys. I wish we really had more time. Mungal, give me your greatest, the person who's inspired you the most.
I have to call 2 persons' names.
Okay.
One is Pandit Ravi Shankar, because he was really sitar. He was the Lord of sitar.
Lord of sitar.
And Kitsch, because I love jazz. And I only hear jazz when I hear in Kitsch.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lady Coca, my Lana. I play that all the time. So, and with jazz improvisation, his music lends itself to jazz improvisation.
It does.
And among the Calypsonians, he's my favorite. As I say, that doesn't deny anybody else having any favorite. But he is my favorite.
He resonated with you.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I feel as if I need like a whole 3 shows of pop to talk.
And as we on that thing, I just want to say, anybody name we miss out who inspires, please forgive us.
You know the love is there.
There have been a lot of people.
I will say, on behalf of all the chutney artists, you know, Sonar Prabhoo was our biggest.
All right, good.
Good. We cover it there. We cover it off.
I mean, if somebody say they're in chutney music and they don't have Sonar in their mentor,
For real.
in that mentorship scheme of things, trust me.
Then he's you know what? What he is a little bit of everybody.
It's true. Now, the list could be long and it could go on.
I know.
But we need to go to commercial break.
But we have to say thanks to our predecessors.
Yes. So, guys, when we come back, we're going to have some fun with you.
Sure.
And we know that you guys can have fun, because you have me hopping as it is. So, but you are going to be on the hot seat some more when we come back.
All right.
So, guys, see you right after the break.
Together and make this a Christmas like no other. Share the joy with Angostura.
Barman, give me a Guinness and punching. I stop the gin and a ginseng. My wife be home and she waiting for some sweet loving.
We are back from break, and I wish that you all could have been a fly on the wall during break, because it's who talking about they're flexible and it can touch ground with palm of hand and so on at 76 years old. Mungal Patasar, you are a boss, I have to tell you. But let me see how much of a boss you are now when you put on the spot. You know you're a boss on the sitter, but guys, so Mungal, what we're going to do is we have 3 areas, guys, and I'm going to ask you all, because we know that you're a par excellence, so titles, behind your names and so on. we're going to ask you to do what we call the pop builder song. So we have 3 topics. The thing too hot, or chase her, but don't chase her, or just a feel-good thing.
Good.
So I'm going to be the boss of you all this evening, and I'm going to pick one. And I'm going to go with chase her,
I thought so.
but don't chase her. So we start off, each of you, a line. Mungal has to pick up the vibe on the sitar to get the music.
I taking it one down.
Hey, Rikki, that ex-tempo champion, eh?
I would have preferred like a pot, but
There's no hot like a pot. There was a thing too hot, but we're going. Manga is coming out the gates first.
I'm
go.
bringing the first line, right?
Let's go. That's the first line.
But please.
Angostura chiller is a real good chaser, but I wouldn't use it if I had to chase her.
Hitman.
All right, good. I'm gonna chase her, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay with her.
Mungal, it's your turn. Oh,
Hey,
musical interlude.
no.
Woo! Love
I
it.
gotta rock it like a chutney, Rikki.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Get him a chutney version.
Yeah, give me a chutney version.
Go ahead.
Verse. Yeah, no, you play, we go follow you. You're going good. I'm going with you when I say that. I went down penal by she grandmother, and I bounce up she father.
Oh gosh.
And he pick up a tree canal and he chase me. Rikki,
Rikki, over to you.
I try extra thing.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
when I saw Anita,
okay.
Oh, Anita coming,
I was
yes?
having white oak and some chaser.
Right, look at water.
And after I had a few, I knew exactly what to do.
To her.
When she walked out the door, I had to chase her.
Well done, guys. Well, hey, Mungal, bring it up. Bring it
When
up.
she walked out the door, I had to chase her.
Yes.
I had to chase her. I had to chase
Well done, guys.
Oh, me Rafi.
Well done.
Laga चुनरी में दाग छिपाऊं कैसे
Guys, you all are.
लागा चुनरी मेरा
This is fun, guys. It really was a fantastic show. They're just over me. They're just having and vibing. And this is what is happening on Pop. They're just taking it over. Thank you for being with us. Mungal Patasar, Rikki Jai, Hitman. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Come on, Mungal. We have to take it out with something.
Yeah, all the time.
Something.
Let's see Mungal to play my song. Holy Lata Mangisha, give me soca. Aha, aha.
Holy Lata Mangisha, give me soca.
Aha, aha. Tickle me with a love way. Soca me till I say.
Holy Lata Mangisha, give me soca. Aha, aha.
Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Tickle me with a love way. Man soca me till I say. But Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Please tickle me with a love way. Man soca me till I say. But Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Tickle me with a love way. Man soca me till I say. But Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Holy Lata Mangeshkar, give me soca. Aha, aha. Holy Lata Mangeshkar. So soca you want, eh? I go give you what you want.